Hey, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel and a huge big welcome if you're new here. I'm really glad to have you here today. So today's video is going to be me using up all these bananas and showing you lots of nice, easy but nutritious things that we can make with these to use them up, because I hate food waste, especially in these times where cost of living is going through the roof and food is really expensive to purchase. I'd rather make things with all these bananas before they go off. And actually, the more brown the better, because then they're sweeter in the recipes. So I'm going to be making a banana bread, a wholemeal banana bread. If I've got wholemeal flour, I might not have wholemeal flour, but I'll show you the wholemeal version as well, even if I don't. And I'm going to make some cinnamon and banana oaty cups for my little girl, which is a What Mummy Makes recipe. But first I'm going to start off by showing you what I made for breakfast. So it is basically the TikTok baked oats. I did peanut butter, banana and chocolate chip, and instead of using half a banana I just stuck a full one in. So here is how I made that recipe. So first up is the peanut butter and banana baked oats. So I'm just peeling a banana and I'm going to mush it up in a bowl using a fork. Then I'm going to add approximately 3 tablespoons of oats. You don't have to be exact here. You could also use a cup, measure and do a half a cup. Next up I'm going to do about 1 tablespoon of smooth peanut butter, but crunchy works just as well. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Followed by just a dusting of some ground cinnamon. Then I've got a small handful of milk chocolate chips. Then I'm adding approximately 1 to 2 tablespoons of oat milk. You can use any milk here, but don't use too much because you don't want it to go too watery. So then I'm giving it all a big mix, and you'll be able to see in a second what that looks like when it's all mixed up. It is really quite thick and sticky, but that's the way that I like it to be. Next, I've lined the air fryer drawer with some parchment paper, and I'm putting it onto air fry for 10 minutes on 180 degrees. And I don't flip it or anything, I just leave it to do its thing. Once it's ready, it should look like this. And here I've got it with a nice big cup of tea. So next up is going to be wholemeal banana bread. So I did have some wholemeal flour, so I'm going to show you my proper wholemeal version of this. So I've got 200 grams of this wholemeal self-raising flour in this bowl. So it's important to use self-raising. And I've also mixed it with a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and given it a good mix. So that we're going to just set off to the side. So next up I've got 2 eggs here, which I'm going to whisk up. So I'm just going to crack them into this bowl. And whisk them up. Then I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. You can use honey as well, I prefer maple. So that goes in here. And give it a little mix. And then on this plate is 3 overripe mashed bananas. So they are also going to go in here, and this is going to be the wet ingredients. Probably should have used a bigger bowl. I usually do, I don't know why I used this small one today. And then I'm going to try and give that a mix. So I've transferred that wet mixture into this bigger bowl because it's just easier this way. So you can mash the bananas as much as you like. This is for me and my husband, and he likes like big chunks of banana in it, so I don't mash it up too much. Next up we need to add some either coconut oil or melted butter. And that's going to be about 2 tablespoons. So I've got it here, it's solid, so I'm going to pop it in the microwave and melt it a bit and add it to my wet ingredients. So as I'm doing this, I've got the oven preheating to 170 degrees, and this will all just go into a little loaf tin. So that's my coconut oil all melted, and that will go into the wet ingredients here. And I'm just giving it a good mix up. Then I like to do this next part. With a wooden spoon because I find that just works so much easier. So I'm going to go and grab a wooden spoon. And what I do here is make a hole in the dry ingredients. And I pour all the wet ingredients into it. And then with the wooden spoon, very, very slowly, just start to fold the wet mixture into the dry mixture. It's really important not to overmix at this stage because you want it still to rise and you don't want too much air to go into it. I've had a few disasters with these banana breads in the past, and I've figured out that this is the best way to do it. And once that's just mixed and no more, and all the dry flour is absorbed into the wet ingredients, I'm going to give my little loaf tin a little spray with spray oil, just so that it doesn't stick. And then I'm slowly going to just fold the mixture into the loaf tin. And that's it, easy as. And this will go into the oven on 170 degrees for a fan oven for 40 minutes. Now what you could do if you like is cut a full banana in half and stick it on the top and let it bake, but I'm not massively keen on doing that. I don't really like, I know I'm making banana everything today, but I'm not a massive fan of like warm banana, so I'd rather eat everything cold. Another really good addition to this is walnuts or chocolate chips. As I said, this will go into the oven for 170 degrees for up to 40 minutes. So the third and final recipe I'm going to make today with all these bananas is a What Mummy Makes recipe from this book here. And it's the cinnamon and banana oat cups. Now the choice here is to make 24 little mini muffins or 12 normal size muffins. I'm going to go with the 24 mini ones because we're going to use them as snacks. And they're really, really good for freezing. And they come out, and like my little one absolutely loves these, and she will eat quite a few of them, even though they're so tiny. So I'm going to see if I can do, I might have to do 2 batches because I only have 1 muffin tin. And this recipe goes in the oven for 20 minutes for the smaller muffins and 25 for the normal size muffins at 180 degrees. So my oven is currently cooking the banana bread at 170, so once that comes out I'll turn it up by 10 degrees and then this can go in. So I'm just going to make this in the time that that's cooking. So this one is super easy, everything just gets thrown in this bowl and then goes into these cases, so it's perfect. So in here I've got 1 full overripe mashed banana, and to that I'm going to just add all of the other ingredients. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of these flax seeds or linseeds. Next up I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 6 tablespoons of rolled oats is next up. Lastly is 6 tablespoons of milk, so that'll be milk of your choice. I'm going to just use oat milk today because that's what we've got in. Sorry, 10 tablespoons of milk. Don't know why I said 6, it's 10. So, and then I'm going to give that a big mix up. And that's how it looks. I suppose you could add things to this. You could probably add chocolate chips and things like that to this as well. This could be a nice basic recipe, but I'm just going to go with the plain recipe just now. So I'm going to spoon this into my muffin cases now. So that's how mine look, and as I said, I'm going to put these in the oven on 180 degrees for 20 minutes and see how they turn out. But I'm going to wait until my banana bread's finished. So I really hope you've enjoyed that video today. I know it was baking with a lot of the same ingredients, but that is supposed as a way to eliminate food waste and use what you have in the house. And these are nutritious, they're not full of junk or anything, and they're all the family can enjoy them. So we do like a good banana recipe in this house. So I still have 2 bananas, but because we've got so many banana based snacks at the moment, I'm going to keep these since they are slightly yellow just now. And me and my toddler are going to make some banana and peanut butter flapjacks with some dark chocolate drizzle over them over the Easter weekend. So keep an eye out for that in a coming vlog. It might go in my Easter vlog. Anyway, I will leave you for now, and thank you for watching that video. If you enjoy this content, please hit subscribe in the box below, and I'll see you again.